going on, everybody? It's Derek from 3 Bells, and today we're going to go over some of our favorite things that we saw at ICAST this year. Things that came out from brands that we carry, including Hobie, Bonafide, Nocqua, and FeelFree. All of them brought something different to the table this year, some things that we've been asking for a long time. Others, things that, well, we weren't really expecting, but we're glad that they're here. So without further ado, let's jump in. We're gonna look at Bonafide first because I think Bonafide kind of stole the show a little bit. So with Bonafide, we have the P127. Everybody's been asking for it for so long now. When's Bonafide come out with a pedal kayak? We want a pedal kayak, pedal. And for the longest time, we were told that it's never gonna happen. And part of that reason was the kayak, especially the SS127, required a complete redesign. It's finally here. So with the P127, Bonafide finally has a pedal drive kayak that works for most anglers. Having the parent company of Big Adventures, you're going to see a lot of crossovers between the P127 and things that you're going to find in a lot of the native kayaks. Being owned by the same company, you're going to see some crossing between the two, but that means that you're going to get a lot of really good stuff that we see in the native kayaks, but you're also going to get the benefits that you see in the Bonafides. And at a price point that's great. I mean, it's competitive with this level of kayak. At $29.99, you're coming in a little bit lower than an Outback, a little bit more expensive than a Slayer, a little bit less expensive than, say, a Jackson Coosa. So they're really hitting the middle of the road of price point compared to the features that you're getting for what is this, I'll say, maneuverable but very fishable kayak that's pedal driven. So some big features that we're going to see and big changes coming forward are 3 color schemes for next year. We have the camo, the Venom, and the Top Gun Gray. We've seen all these colors, I should say, before, but these are the only 3 for next year. So it looks like Bonafide's really slimming down. The chair is completely redesigned, more adjustability forwards and backwards compared to what we used to see with Bonafide. We lose the height adjustment compared to last year's SS127. I'm sure we'll see that again with the SS127 for 2022. But this allows for the drive to stay in one place, but we continue to move back and forth on the seat here. So you're only going to have one height, but we do get what appears to be very similar to the native steering. So we're going to have the native steering handle, same with the rudder controls in the back. We have that track-mounted seat, so there's plenty of adjustment forward and backwards, and it is powered with a propel drive. So we're going to be seeing very similar to what Native is running on their kayaks. If you've ever used one, you're going to have the same thing now in Bonafide, which is great. Similar front hatch style to previous years, it's just slimmed down a little bit. Some really nice kind of features that are plugged in here. You do now get these rod tip covers that look pretty good. Seeing some other diagrams, they look like they should hold up really well, help protect 1 or 2 rods on each side, which would be phenomenal. And another really big thing that's great is it's got these mounts on the bow and stern. So whether you're looking to do a bow mount trolling motor, or if you're looking to do a power pole on the back, they've kind of already got you set up. Some of these other brands, I mean, it's got a full mounting plate essentially here now. It's not just a couple pre-drilled holes, which is great. I mean, this is what we've been waiting so long for from Bonafide. I know a lot of people were looking for a drop-in option for SS127s. The hatch had to get smaller. There was no place to actually mount the drive for a drop-in option like we now have. And the plastic was never reinforced enough to be able to withstand the forces of a drive in that area. So having Native be part of the same company, this has really made it so Bonafide can just hammer out what should be a knockout kayak for their first version of a pedal drive kayak. So early adopters of Bonafide kayaks that now want to become an early adopter of a pedal drive kayak, you're kind of taking some of the risk out of it. I mean, you know that you're going to get the quality of that native drive and some of the native add-ons, but also with the benefit of having the Bonafide hulls that always last. So anybody who's looking to get into pedal drive kayak and really likes the stability and the relative lightweight of a Bonafide. I mean, at $29.99, Bonafide's hitting it out of the park on this one. So we're excited to see when these start shipping out once we get them. They should be easy to fish out of. They look stable. And at 34 inches wide, just like your SS127, you should be able to put a power pole on the back of this, fish any kind of water, and put a motor guide up on the front and stand up and let it tow you around all day long. 100 pounds, it's a little bit heavier than most other, just regular hulls of some other brands. Definitely heavier than some of the other Bonafides. But, that hopefully that turns into a more rigid and structurally sound hull. Let's bounce over to another kayak that we have seen this year. This one we knew was coming. The PA14 360 Ikanelli edition. This is something that we've known about. It was delayed throughout the year. It's a 360. It's been recolored. You get the decals added in. I don't believe that the decals actually come on the kayak. I believe it just comes with the black and red color scheme. The rear section with the 360 with Ikanelli's signature in the back, that does come standard, but I don't believe all the decals come with. I don't believe they come on it. So if you're just looking for a different color scheme for your 360, this is it. $300 price tag increase compared to the regular 360, but there's not a lot of them, and when it comes to color scheme, you're hard pressed to find any other black and red Hobie. It's just, they don't do them. So you're getting your normal 360, just basically in a new color scheme for $300 more. For some people, that's the ticket, and it's good to see that we get a big name behind another brand and continuing to grow the sport of kayak fishing. So hopefully we continue to see this trend of more and more people hopping in. The more people in it, the better. All right, we're going to change gears a little bit to another kayak, and this is another one that we were not expecting whatsoever. We didn't hear about this ahead of time, but the Flash from FeelFree. This is our first year carrying FeelFree. They've been a great kayak. We've known plenty of people that have bought them and absolutely love them. And one of the things that they've never really had to offer is a recreational kayak with a pedal drive. Well, there it is. This is awesome. The fact that we're starting to see a transition from just fishing kayaks being the pedal drive kayak on the market and switching over to some of the recreational side means that you can get into a kayak at a cheaper price point that's pedal drive and actually have the opportunity to go and move up and kind of build this kayak around what you want without having to pay premium prices for certain things that you may or may not want. Or you can get into a pedal drive kayak that's now the family kayak, and you can use it for some fishing, but if somebody else in the family wants to just go out for a quick trip, it fits the bill for that too. New drive. This is supposed to be I don't know if it's going to be a more lightweight, light duty drive, but it's not this big metal drive that we have seen with their overdrive. This is a completely different drive system. We do have a different seat. It's not their usual gravity seat, but what is nice here is that even though it doesn't look to have a ton of fine adjustment, the seat does have what appears to be a lot of adjustment in the forward and backwards position. So you may not get a lot of height adjustment, if at all. This is the only picture we've seen of this so far. We haven't gotten any more information on it, but it's good to know that there is some good adjustment options for forwards and backwards, albeit not on a track. A couple pieces of gear track here. So if you do want to add your fish finders and things like that, you have those options. There are a couple built-in rod holders in the back. It appears to still have that beaver tail rudder, which works really well. Big pro of that beaver tail rudder is it does come up all the way out of the water, which, for people who are going in either really shallow water or if you are car topping or something like that, a lot of people like the fact that that rudder stows completely up and out of the way. Other than that, I mean, it's an open slate, looks like to be a relatively no frills kayak that gets you into a pedal kayak for hopefully what should be a really good price. They haven't announced a price on it yet that we've seen, We still have the wheel in the back, and that wheel should help make it an easy option for a lot of people to be able to up and move this kayak with no problems. Last piece that we have, something we've been looking forward to for a long time. This from right here from Nocqua. The 10 amp hour battery has been a huge hit in our store. Being about the size of a baseball, only a couple, less than 2 pounds, self-contained, waterproof. The Nocqua 10 amp hour battery is a phenomenal choice for almost anybody who comes into our store. Our biggest gripe has always been, we need more power. Whenever we wanted more power, it was okay, we're getting 2 batteries, we're using the switch that Nocqua has, and with that, we were getting 2 batteries working in conjunction. Nocqua's kind of taken that whole issue and said, nope, we got you covered. 20 amp hour battery, only 10% larger than the 10 amp hour battery. The 10 amp hour battery fits in the palm of your hand. Think about that. A 20 amp hour battery that will still fit basically in the palm of your hand and is only 2.2 pounds. It's waterproof, self-contained. This is unlike anything anybody else has done. The fact that we're gonna get a battery of this capacity at that size, if you're not looking at a Nocqua battery for your kayak, you might be leaving something on the table. The form factor alone makes this a great choice for a lot of people. And they will come with the Pro Power Kit, which is awesome. So that means you're gonna get the battery, the charger, and the terminals, so that way you can go and hook it up your current fish finder or whatever electronics directly to it. So this is going to be huge. I mean, we've been asking for a larger Nocqua for a long time. We did reach out to Nocqua. They said that these should be available for dealers to start purchasing in a couple months. Once those come out, man, these are going to be hot. They are going to go fast. And seriously, if you're looking at a new battery option for 2022 and to 2021 for in your kayak in the off season, this is going to be it. Seriously, take a good hard look at these Nocqua batteries because they work phenomenally, and you can't beat the size. They are the smallest batteries on the market for what you get. All right, well, that's it for today. Hope you guys liked some of the things that we thought were awesome pertaining to us here at the store, and things that you can look forward to seeing from us next year or in the next couple months coming up. Tell us what you saw at ICAST, whether it's kayak or fishing related, that you thought was awesome, and we'd love to talk about it more. We'll see you soon.